Good morning, everybody. I swear it's every night I say I'm gonna go to bed earlier and then I find something and end up making a video, having to work a double the next day. Tired as hell. But I wanted to go over some of these pictures with everybody. I found a couple things I wanted to show you here real quick. I won't stay on here too long. We've already went over this guy. He is actually, or was, in Bunny Townsend's profile picture on Facebook, which has now been deleted, which raises a question in my mind, but I can't find anything on this guy. I have to plug it. Stop. Sorry, that's just my crazy dog. I have to plug my phone in here real quick. But, if anybody knows the name of this guy, or can find any information out and put it in the chat or email me, I'd really like to know who this is. I'm going to turn my phone so you can see it a little bit better. Alright, here we go. I'll let you get your screenshots. I'm going to light a cigarette real quick. Now, some of these are in order and some of them aren't, but we're going to go through all these real quick. Alright. This right here on the right used to be an editor for 24 years with the Chicago Tribune. His name is Bob Green. He's wrote a couple books. From what I'm understanding from a couple newspaper articles that I read. Whoops. Let me go back. Sorry about that. A couple newspaper articles that I read. His wife was sick and he got caught, what I'm assuming, having an affair with a 17-year-old high school girl, or vice versa. The stories are kind of jumbled. So, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but obviously he likes younger women. I don't know for sure if this is him, but because this picture over here, like I said, they're editing these photos and it's kind of far away, but I remember the medium stating that Robert Greene. Kanika kept mentioning a Robert Greene. There is an attorney in Chicago by the name of Robert Greene, but if you shorten Robert, it also is Bob, so this is something that I came across. Alright. This right here is the only picture I could get from this live, and it took me a hell of a time to try to get it because she's only in the camera for a second. Now, if you remember, she's over here making the drink. And over... Oops. Well, we'll stick right here. Now, in this profile picture that is now gone is the guy that looks like the guy in the green beanie sitting right next to her. It wasn't until I made my video the other day that disappeared. That poses a question, and if you look, it could be her. And this is going to be Bunny Townsend. If you remember from the live video, the guy in the cream beanie, while Tanasia, Walker, and Ty Rollins were making gang signs and giggling and sitting on each other's lap and blah blah blah, he kept smiling at someone. And I started thinking about it, and if she was over here and he was over here and they had something planned, maybe that's who he was smiling at. And this is the girl that said, "I'm fixing to give her this drink." And the girl that was standing over here is the one that said, "What girl?" And she said her and started walking towards Kanika. So I think this is the girl. This is not Tanasia Walker. So this poses a question to if these two are together in a profile picture, that it could possibly be both of them in the hotel room. Look what I found. Now, I can't find anything on this guy right here, but as I've said before, some of these pictures are older, and this is out of the thousands of profiles I've gone through, I think it resembles him. I can't find his Facebook page, like I said, because I don't know what his name is, but I did find who I believe is his dad's Facebook. And I found him through one of the other people on here, through their friends list. I'll let you get your screenshots. Now, his dad goes by Patrick Loza. It's Loza. And let me find his Facebook profile. I went over him the other day. This is Rizzy the Brim Reaper, and he also lives in Camden, New Jersey. Bob Green. Our mystery guy. Does anybody know? This is Monifa. Right here. Does anybody know who this is? Turn my phone. Now, I got this picture today. If you remember, Irene in the room says something about Vontarius. From what I'm understanding from this guy's profile pics, he is a transvestite also. If you look at the hair, I mean, the bun's pretty dead on. Now, I know this person looks a little bit lighter and looks like a little more like a woman, but once I show you his profile picture, you'll be able to see what he looks like as a woman. And I kind of put together, if his name is Tavarius Richardson, Vontarius, because his nickname is Vari, could be a possibility. Let me get closer. Now we come across this guy. His name, well, his Facebook profile name is I can't really pronounce it. It's like Bernard Bai, and he lives in Kenya, or at least if he left the country, and this is the same security guard. If you look, let me find my pen. If you look right here, where his hairline is, this sticks out right here. And if we go back to this other picture, it does the same thing. And the same thing right here. go back to Gina Kidd, because there's no doubt in my mind that that's not her, it's her in the hotel room, or in the footage. Especially because I can link all these people to her Facebook page. Here's Melissa Rhodes. Now here's Bunny Townsend with this guy. This is Jose Bermudez Malero. Now, I know you're gonna say, well, his hair's really black over here, but I mean, they've already changed everything so many times. He could have just dyed his hair. Here he is. And then here, who I'm assuming is this possible other security guard's father. This is where you will find the picture of the other security guard, if it's him. And they live in Aurora, Illinois. Like I said in the other video, the first week that I found Bunny Townsend, when I was looking up Sticky Bun, it was within like 1 to 2 weeks from Kanika's murder, and when I cross-referenced it on Kanika's page, Bunny Townsend was her newest made friend on Facebook, which I find kind of odd. Okay, as you can see on the left, this is Tavarius Richardson. Here's the nickname Vari, and here's what he looks like as a woman. And I'll let you get screenshots. Okay, I'm going to go over these one more time, and then we're going to call it a night. A short video so I can get at least 5 hours of sleep before work. So we have Tavarius Richardson, Vari, transgender, Kanika Jenkins, or Kanika Martin's newest Facebook friend, Bunny Townsend, Patrick Loza, who I believe is the father of the other security guard, if that's him. This is the possible second security guard that's up at the front desk with Melissa Rhodes, and who I believe is Herbie Tacosis, who owns the bar in Harlem, Chicago, who is also linked to Gina Kidd, who I believe is the manager that's in the gray blazer. This is Jose Bermudez Malero, who is now in Puerto Rico, which is pretty funny because that's back and forth between Chicago and Puerto Rico, and Jamaica is where Herbie Tricosis is. Back and forth. We have Bunny Townsend and our mystery guy. Melissa Rhodes, or like I like to call Brett Butler. She actually got pissed at me in a chat room one night when I said that this chick was ugly and she looked like Brett Butler. This is Gina Kidd. Which, let me go back for one more second. Which, let me add that when she was in I believe, Dr. Ali's or Kate 420's chat room the other day. We kind of got into it, and she kept ignoring all my questions. And the very next morning, she was still protesting outside the Rosemont with a purple mask on. So that poses another question of why she's covering her face the next day. And not only that, this girl doesn't have any tattoos on her arms. And at one point, Chosen King had questioned her on a live and mentioned that her tattoo was brand new. So I find that kind of questionable, just because if you have no tattoos here within like that week, you get a new tattoo on your arm. Like, we weren't going to be able to tell that your forehead is that flat and your broad ass shoulders. It just gives her away. And that's a security guard. This is the other security guard, or cop, or actor, or whatever the hell he is. Bunny Townsend. Our other mystery guy, possible last name Loza. Tavarius Richardson. There's our mystery guy. Possible Bob Green from the Chicago Tribune, even though he no longer works there, which poses the next question to possibly, maybe, now he works here. There's our lady that made Kanika her drink. Rizzy the Brim Reaper, which I'm gathering his real name might be Regino Johnson. If anybody can find any information out on that. I mean, they have the same face. Cheekbones, nose, mouth. Let me look at her watch. Even if at one point he worked out, or whatever this trophy is for, because he does look a little more buff here, you can possibly lose that weight if you don't continue to work out, correct? Alright. Excuse me. So that's it for tonight, everybody. I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Have a good night. Justice for Kanika.